My car crashed a couple blocks down. You were the first house with the lights on. Can I use your phone?
No! Fucking weirdos, man.
Hey everybody, I'm Ethan.
And I'm John.
And we're here to review the new 2014 thriller, No Good Deed.
So essentially what this movie is you have Idris Elba. He's a super creepy guy who likes to kill women and mess with them.
He's a scary guy.
He's a scary dude. And he winds up on the doorstep of this mother with 2 children.
Father's away.
Father's away, of course.
Just so happens to be away.
Just a young little, not young, but like the girl, helpless.
Yeah.
And he starts going in their house and doing weird things to them.
Basically just making everyone uncomfortable and,
yeah.
and scaring them.
She thinks that he needs help and is waiting for the tow truck, so he comes in and, weird things start happening.
Yeah. And to this movie's credit, yeah, it was weird and creepy and scary, and it did scare me.
It scared me a little bit.
Yeah.
So what were your expectations going into this movie?
Well, having seen some of Idris Elba's work, mostly Pacific Rim, and I know he does great work on Luther.
And he was in Thor.
He was in Thor as Heimdall, as the gatekeeper, yeah.
And The Wire,
and he was in The Wire, who I heard is a good show. Great show, actually.
Great show.
And so I've seen a lot of his work from that, and I thought this was going to be something along the lines of the movie Panic Room, which is another home invasion movie.
Yeah.
And it kind of was,
yeah.
I guess.
Okay.
What do you think?
I was also going into this movie with high expectations just because of Idris Elba. I like him a lot. And I think he himself definitely delivered in this movie. I think he sold the lines really well. Yeah. He really brought a lot to this character.
Yeah. From what I've seen of Idris Elba's work, he has never played a character like this, and he 100% brings it to the table.
Yeah. Also, the actor who plays the mother, whose name escapes me right now.
Yeah.
I thought she did a great job with her character, with the dialogue that was given to her.
Right. The writers wrote her not as a person, not as eye candy, not as a gun.
Not as the point is she's a badass girl. Because some movies have it, like in Lucy, for example.
Right, where she's like super female empowering. She is just a person dealing with the situation as best as she can with her title as a mom. She's
it's like when they interviewed George R. Martin, the author of A Song of Ice and Fire books.
Game of Thrones.
Well, the books are called Song of Ice and Fire.
Oh,
and they said, "Oh, you write women so well. You write women as such dynamic characters. How do you do that?" And he said, "Oh yeah, I just think of them as people."
Yeah.
And that's really true. A lot of times, I think writers, when they're going to write a female character, they think, "Oh, well, we got to appeal to the feminists, but we also got to get the fellas in the theater. So how do we do this?"
Yeah, they just have to. We have to do something like that. Yeah.
And I think they really, with this movie, they wrote her as a really good character. Just like. They didn't worry about any of that stuff. She was just a person.
I'm thinking about it. Every character that you focused on, that was like of importance to the film, was actually a good character. Even like the side characters, but still had something to do with the story, were pretty good.
Yeah. Now that being said, that's probably the only good thing in terms of writing in this movie.
Unfortunately, yeah.
I think most of the writing is pretty much terrible.
It's not that good, no.
There's a ton of plot conveniences.
There are all of the plot conveniences that you would expect,
and more than that.
And more than that. Examples?
When there's a lot of times when they're in a conversation and there just so happens to be a thing happening.
Right.
I mean, there's a lot of really just crappy writing. Like at one point, the mother is talking to Idris Elba. And, he's, giving all the red flags of creepy, and she's like, "Oh, yeah, I used to work as, a prosecutor, and so I know all these guys, these killers really well.
I used to prosecute men who,
terrorized women.
Attacked women, and I know, their psyche and all that.
And, oh, there's one right in front of you, and you don't know?
It's really, it takes you out, and it's really bad.
Yeah, I think the story in and of itself, I mean, there's not really a story that much. It's just the guy being a creep to this woman and her children.
Yeah, I mean, there is one part of the movie where things do change.
I mean, toward the end, it's more of a story, and there's that big twist at the end, which was it was surprising, and it made you go, but it wasn't really...
Let's tell people why the plot twist kind of was underwhelming. Earlier, a couple weeks before we saw the film, we had passes to see it, and unfortunately we didn't get to see it.
And then we were going to get passes later on, but those were shut down by the company because they didn't want this ending to be spoiled.
They didn't want the plot twist to be spoiled. Now, when we saw the movie, we were excited, like, oh man,
what's this going to be if they went to such great lengths
to
make the plot twist not come out? And it was pretty good, but...
I mean, it was a plot twist in the term of, yeah, I didn't expect that, I didn't see that coming, but it really doesn't matter.
It's just like at the end, like, oh, it was blank all along. And it's kind of like, oh, that's surprising, but like, who cares? The movie's done now.
I mean, when they give you the plot twist, it's literally over in 15 minutes.
In less than 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah, the writing's pretty bad in this movie, but
I mean, there are stock sound effects.
That didn't take me out of it, though.
Really? It took me out of it. Like,
they were like stock gun sound effects.
There were two stock gun sound effects and like 3 stock like knife sounds. It was weird. It took me out of it.
Pretty sure I heard those in TF2.
Yeah.
I will say though, this movie with the whole suspense, creepy aspect of it, did pretty well.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I think I said this earlier, but it did get me at times. I was scared and I jumped out of my seat because I didn't see something coming. So I did get scared, and I gotta give it that. It scared me.
All right. So at the end of the day, all things considered, Ethan, what would you give No Good Deed out of 5 stars?
No Good Deed gets a 2.9 out of 5 stars for entertaining me, I guess. And I really like Idris Elba, so I gotta give him that, I guess. Yeah. John?
All right. I mean, I liked the acting. I thought the characters were reasonably interesting, but it had the suspense factor and the creepiness, but the writing was, for the most part, pretty crappy, and the story was, you know, just kind of almost not there, so I'm just going to squeeze a positive review and give it 3 out of 5 stars.
Right. And unfortunately, Jonathan, who could not make it to this review, gives No Good Deed a 2.9.
It's 2.3, actually.
2.3? I'm sorry, Jonathan, I don't want to make it sound like you like this movie.
Yeah, he hated it. 2.3 for him.
2.3.
He had to go build a fence. So if you've seen No Good Deed, what are your thoughts? Let us know in the comments. And also you can follow us on Twitter at Stubmasters. We tweet frequently about movies and the movie industry.
That's right, yeah.
Alright, so No Good Deed. Kind of alright movie, I guess.
I guess, whatever. Go see Guardians of the Galaxy again. That was really good.
Yeah, you probably should do that. Alright, Stubmasters Reviews. I'm John.
I'm Ethan.
Have a great day.